I'm sorry that I missed my video yesterday. I had a lot of stuff going on, so I wasn't able to post. So my bad for that. But I hope you guys aren't too upset about that. Let's see. With Bot Spring. It's at a robot factory. Right? And then we have this. Alright, driftboard. Alright, so real quick, where's my tropics route? Ah, there we go. So yeah, right now I'm just trying to do a few of my challenges. Because as you guys can tell, I have every single challenge that I can do done, and that's how I'm trying to keep it. So I don't have to like catch up on challenges or anything like that. And personally, I just think that works the best if you want to get like the secret skin and stuff like that. I'd recommend just doing all of your challenges as quickly as you can and as frequently as you can. I'm just trying to see how to get one of these 4 fights, and I can go ahead and show you guys. But just so that it doesn't get copyright or anything like that, I'm gonna give credit to Gadu for showing me where this is. So I'll go ahead and show you guys. But be sure to subscribe or check out Gadu's video about it. You heard him, guys. Drop a like. Alright, guys. Got you with the daily 4 fight. Tell me if you guys want me to like practice the new game modes for you and tell you like stuff about that or stuff like that. So we have to go all the way over to pressure plant. But like I was saying, if you guys want me to do like daily 4 fights and help you with like the daily challenges, so for me, right, as a new challenge comes out, I do it. That's the first thing I do. If you guys want me to start like a stream doing the weekly challenges, I can go ahead and do that for you guys, and then I can just stream it, and if you want to, you guys can follow along with it, or whatever you guys want to do. And then I'll show you what the spray looks like and everything like that over here. And then I need to find a drift board and do some trick points, which I'm gonna tell you right now, probably the easiest way to do it. If you want to complete both of these challenges, you would come right over here to pressure plant. Then you probably want to try and catch I think they still have geysers in there. If nothing else, just go down to that one, or try and get up there. If you have like materials or stuff like that, try and go right up there. Go right over there. There's always guaranteed at least one drift board over there. Hopefully this guy doesn't kill me while I'm trying to record, but you know what? We just have to see. Honestly, it's up to him what he feels like doing. Alright, so need to use this spray right here. We'll unlock the 4 pipe. Collect it. Alright, so we got him, boys. Alright, so he had a nice little 6-shooter. I remember when these were out, I did not like them at all. Ooh, yikes. But maybe they've gotten better, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Let me get up here so that I hopefully don't die to this kid, because he's really not that great. Alright, I just gotta keep climbing. so I'm just gonna go ahead and heal up here real quick. Perfect. And what do you know, if I find a slurp, I'm going to be at 100. Nah, you know what? I don't want to go for him. Seriously, buddy? Alright. I hope this kid's just not going to annoy me like the entire game. Because I really don't want to get grief the entire game. That would not be fun. And I don't think you guys would want to watch that entire time. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead and come up here real quick. I swear. Oh, I was gonna say, if that was the same guy, kept trying to kill. No! No! Seriously? How did I fall out of the slipstream and take damage? I don't even know how. Hold on one sec. Alright, so anyway guys, like I was saying before I died, you could do your daily fortnite and your trick points at the exact same time. So you land over there, catch the slipstream. Hopefully you don't glitch out of the slipstream like I did. And then what you want I mean not slipstream, the tubes going up to the ship. What you want to do is you want to catch the ship, come right over here to this little base right here. What's good about this is most likely, unless Lonely Lodge is a hot drop, you probably won't have people coming here. So what you can do, like see there's a nice surfboard right here. I'm just going to grab a gun, then I'm going to take this surfboard and do my trick points. One thing that you could do, so like that right there, just a real simple move, did all of that. What you could do, this is probably the easiest way, just do a ton of flips while in the air. Once you get enough, land it, and I got way more than enough doing just that. So there we go. It wasn't letting me get out of my drift board. Just a little bit messed up if you ask me. Alright, so there's a guy right there. I doubt that we want to fight him, because I'm assuming you guys want a decent amount of action. but probably a win as well. What we're going to do, get away from that guy, gonna use our chug slashes, almost all of them, and then, so, just collect that, and then I guess I can get up there. Maybe I just didn't try hard enough. I'm not a tryhard, so what you could do is, if you want like a routine, do all of your challenges, have a pretty good possibility of getting a win. What you do is you go over to the pressure plant, you collect your fort pipe, then as you saw earlier right before I died due to a glitch, you walk up the stairs on the one side, you build up a little bit, because there's plenty of pallets over there, so you build up a little bit, and then you use the slipstream to get over to the area where I was. You should be able to find a hoverboard over there. And then once you do that, you can get your trick points, which like I said, all you have to do is really just use a geyser and land your trick points. Then right after that, you can just use your driftboard to come over here to this forest, and you can get max wood easily over here. I'm not sure how it would work in like duos, but I know both of you can get a lot of mats over here. So, and then there is a few rocks over here, not like a bunch of rocks, but there is a few. So, I know, I realize that this might not be the most interesting thing to watch, so I apologize for that. But I mean, you guys probably want me to try and get a win on stream, so if you guys want to win, this is just what's going to have to happen. And I mean, if you somehow end up leaving with no weapon in the chest, and somebody's already looted the little airbase, it's a pretty safe bet that the chest over in that truck over there, can just barely see it through the trees, that truck right over there, it's a pretty safe bet that that truck's going to have a chest for you, or this truck right over here, which right now has a chest for me, which I'm definitely going to take. And I'm getting sniped from who knows where. And I'm out of here. Nah, that didn't work. I was kind of trying to troll a little bit. There you go, buddy. You can have some max wood. Alright, so that's all of my challenges done. You guys can go ahead and tell me if you want me. So, the reason why I started my stream a little bit later today was because I was playing a little bit of Minecraft, because supposedly they've made Minecraft better and stuff like that. So what I was doing was I was just playing like Hunger Games, stuff like that, just because I haven't played stuff like that for a real long time. So anyway, I've done that. I have my emote, no, not emote, my spray somewhere. I gotta find it. Honestly though, tell me what you guys think of this. I think this is kind of a funny spray, because it has like the fish stick on it trying to surf. I just find that to be pretty funny, honestly. But I mean, you guys can tell me what you think of it. And then I would be like most YouTubers and say, use my support a creator code, except I don't have one. So yeah, and also tell me what you guys think of that map. But you guys, right now, if you don't like watching like stuff being created and stuff like that, you might want to click off of the video, because the first part was just me doing my challenges, playing it out a little bit just to let you see where all of that stuff is. Then I'm going to go into creative and I'm going to make a Hunger Games map, like I said. If you guys don't want to see me building that and stuff like that, I would appreciate it if you guys could still leave a like and subscribe. And then probably every day I'll give you the Fortnite 14 days of summer, except that I am leaving for about 3 weeks in a little bit, so I don't fully know how this is going to work. But yeah, I'm just hoping that I can get all of that done before, or so forget about this. This is my capture the flag map that I made yesterday. Anyway, where's the map that I'm trying to find? So, let's see what this wasteland looks like. Like half of these maps, like Fortnite's constantly adding like new maps and stuff like that, which I like because I make lots of creative maps. Like I said, if you want to ever play any of them, just add me by my PSN or Epic. Both of them are the same. And you know what? This honestly is like an extreme wasteland. There's nothing here. But that might be a good thing because it's all really flat and everything like that. Which I think would work out pretty well. So what we could do is... So what I'm probably going to do right now is I'm going to try and make somewhat of like a Call of Duty team deathmatch. So as it is right here, I have these, so I'm going to just throw it kind of randomly. I mean, it doesn't really matter where you throw it. Just throwing it a bit randomly. Right, so I've thrown out these prehubs. So I've thrown out those, and then if you guys want me to, this took me a really long time to figure out. Guys will probably see me do it. You guys will probably learn how to do this after I end up doing it and all of that stuff. But what's really hard, or at least what I found to be really hard, and so did like a bunch of streamers and stuff like that, all the YouTube videos I looked at to try and solve it and stuff like that, they all found it really hard to what's it called, to like make scoreboards and stuff like that. So I'm going to assume that it's going to be pretty hard for all of you guys. So if I'm going to show you how to do like scoreboards and stuff like that. Right now I'm like I said, I'm just making like team deathmatch, stuff like that, because I mean, who doesn't want to play a nice team deathmatch with some of their friends? And like you guys could see whenever we first started this, I made a real clean capture the flag map. Like, well, I made it. I didn't copy anyone's idea or anything like that. I will give credit to, I actually, this is kind of embarrassing. I'm trying to give credit to somebody and I can't remember what their name was. So I apologize for that. But, honestly, if you want, you could just subscribe and like everybody that does like stuff like this, because it took me, I was trying to make my capture the flag map for 2 days and I couldn't get the scoreboard or anything like that to work. So I eventually had to look it up on YouTube, and there was some real great information and all of that stuff. So I finally managed to get it finished. So if you guys want to, feel free to subscribe to the people. There's one person who only has like 400 and something subscribers. I would really appreciate it if you guys could go check him out, because he's the only reason I was able to figure out how to do my scoreboard and all of that great stuff. So I would really appreciate it if you could go check him out. It's like I said, if it weren't for him, I wouldn't have been able to create most of the stuff. Or, yeah, I'm gonna say it. Most of the stuff that I've created, I wouldn't have been able to create it because I had no clue how to make like scoreboards and stuff like that. I had no clue how to do it. So be sure to at least check him out. I mean, I guess you don't have to subscribe to his videos or anything like that, but I would like it if you guys could at least check him out, because he was a huge help in making my maps and stuff like that. So if you guys want to support me and support him, it would be real nice if you could check out his channel and stuff like that. Anyway, I said right now I'm just making a team deathmatch. It's not going to be anything too fancy or anything like that, because a lot of my maps take a really long time to make. Because once you run, as you know, once you are really low on space, you can't throw any more prehabs or stuff like that. So what ends up happening is I have to start making stuff out of scratch and stuff like that. So I can't just like completely copy prehabs. I mean, I can do a good amount of just copied prehabs and stuff like that, which is what I usually start off with. But then, like I said, you run out of space. So here's the team deathmatch so far. So see, is this is more than wide enough. So let's bring it across right about here. This should be, yeah, that's real good. And then, so I'll show you guys how to do scoring and all of that stuff for like scores and stuff like that for a team deathmatch. So I might be a little bit off because I did make this yesterday and I don't fully remember it, but I can still remember parts of it and stuff like that. So I should be able to do pretty well in explaining to you guys the different things and stuff like that. So yeah, like I said, I'm just throwing out prehabs and stuff like that just to try and fill it up a bit. So like I said, I would recommend if you guys are trying to make a team deathmatch or something like that, what you want to do is you want to try and make it so on capture the flag you have to make sure that everything is perfectly even. With this, you don't have to make it perfectly even, but it's nice if you make it like pretty even. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfectly. But yeah, after this, I'll probably end up showing you guys my capture the flag map, just because honestly, I'm pretty proud of my capture the flag map, because I made it and look at that, we're already out of space. So, wait, what? Why is this floating? What? Alright, I'm gonna let you guys know right now, I have no clue why this is floating. Gotta get rid of that hover platform. There we go. Alright, so I have absolutely no clue why that was floating. That really should not have been floating. I'm just gonna break some of that. And then right over here, I'm probably gonna throw out this. That's gonna be the last thing that I throw for that side. Then I'm going to come over here. Then right in this desolated area. You want to have some parts that are desolated, but you don't want to have like a bunch of just plain blank areas and stuff like that. So, and be careful because what's going to happen, and yeah, I ran out of space. So, this is a problem that you will run into. You're going to at least run into once or twice. Like for me, I don't have enough storage to throw out a couple of the things that I would like to. So what I'm most likely going to have to do is I'm going to have to get rid of a little something. I'm going to go ahead and try and get rid of this building. See if it gives me enough space. And yes, I'm going to fix that. But let's just see. So we've broken that. Honestly, that one did not take a lot of space, which just tells you that these smaller prehabs don't take up a whole lot of space. So right here, here's the team deathmatch. I would like to throw this one last prehab because I really think that that would make it flow together really well, stuff like that. But I might not be able to do that. We'll just have to see. I would say something like every like is more somethings that I can add, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bore you with that kind of stuff that all the YouTubers say. I'm not going to do that, just because personally I don't like it when I get told that by YouTubers and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, almost every single YouTuber does that, and I mean, okay, it's what you do. So what we're probably going to have to do, maybe I made it a little bit too big, so what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and reset it. I'm going to try and throw out all of the same stuff that I did, give or take a little bit, because I can't quite throw out everything that I just thrown out, but I can definitely throw out some of it. So I'll tell you guys right now, if you're trying to make a cool futuristic kind of map and stuff like that, you probably want to have like Der Burger. You honestly want to well, definitely want to have that Der Burger. And then you this is just me personally, but I always want to have my alright, so we have that thrown. Alright, I'm just going to assume that we can't use this prehab because it keeps floating and I really don't like that. So we're just going to have to get rid of this prehab, to be totally honest. I can't stand it floating. So obviously got to get rid of that prehab. It just does not want to cooperate. So then we know this one works though. So we have that one. Then we have this right next to it. And then we have this right here. And then, oh no. Oh no. Oh, I thought they were going to be inside. Alright, so we have that put nicely right there. And then probably want to add some of these, because honestly you really want to have these. Alright, so right now we're just trying to make a little bit of like a village or something like that that is not necessarily unique, because I mean it's a prehab, so it can't be really unique, but we're just trying to make something kind of interesting. So just going to throw out all of these. So see, we made a huge, well, not huge, but we made a pretty decent sized town right here. And then what you definitely want to do if you're making really any kind of deathmatch or anything like that, you want to wall it in. So when I say that, I mean you want to have it like this. So what you want to do, it depends on how big your spawn room is going to be and stuff like that. But I'm going to try and make it mostly hug the buildings. And then going to try and do it as close as I can to the middle. I'm going to try and, on each side, as close as I can to the middle, I'm going to try and put each team's like entry point where they infiltrate and stuff like that. So, as it is right here, this is what we have. So let me just build this out to right about there, and then let's bring it right over here, and alright, almost perfect. So I did not know that they changed sides like that, but anyway, that's how it is now. So then the infiltration point for this side, we're going to put it right here. If we put it right there, you have to put it at, or at least it works really well if you put it at the same point on both sides. Because if you don't, one team might have a bit of an advantage over the other team on like infiltration and stuff like that. And if you're trying to make a map like this, you want to make sure that you avoid as much unfairness as you can, because you most likely want this to be as fair as you possibly can. So it's about, no, that's only 2 out, and then you bring it right over here. So then this right here, this small little room right here, it's a little bit bigger, but I mean this room right here, it's going to have, so the max you can do is an 8v8 deathmatch. So I can actually get rid of some of these side areas right here, and then I can also get rid of some of these side areas. So this right here should be an 8v8, a little bit extra. So yeah, if you look right about here, we have 3, 6, and then you could do 7 and 8. then not put one right there. So anyway, let's go ahead and put these player spawns. So, oh wait, how many did I grab? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, so what you probably want to do, you want to try and find probably the nicest floor you can find. Like, you don't want to take a bunch of time trying to do this, because that wastes. But, like this for instance, it's not the nicest floor, but I mean it works. And then, I don't care too much about this death map. So, I mean that right there, even that's good enough, honestly. And then, there's supposed to be a, like, I gotta find it. It was supposed to be in this new thing that they added. It's like a military base. Yeah, so it's kind of like this probably. This is probably what's going to have it. But you want to be sure, so you throw it. You find what you're looking for. So, for me, I still haven't found it. And maybe this is the wrong prehab I just threw out. No, it's not. So, that door right there, I just find this door to look really, really cool. So, that's why I'm taking this door. Might not fully match, but I just find it to look really, really cool. So, anyway, you have to go over to this side. Gotta put the door right there. Alright, so we have ourselves a nice little door. We can go ahead and put another one here. So you have 2 doors you have to get through. You come in this area. So, honestly, this right here could be really, really cool if, like, you did something with it. So, for example, I'm going to get rid of the Durburger and stuff like that, so we don't need extra advertisement. We'll go ahead and get rid of those, just because, honestly, we don't need them. They're just taking up a small extra amount of space that we could be saving. So that's really all that they're doing. So just got rid of those, and then so far it looks pretty good, but now we have to get rid of this because we don't want anything using up more memory than it has to. So this right here, if you guys are like new and you didn't know, I'm just trying to show you guys how to make a pretty clean map without a bunch of effort. Like, it has effort because once you throw all of the prehabs, it's not going to look perfect. Like, you'll see what I'm going to do. I threw all of the prehabs and stuff like that, but it just doesn't look super duper great to me with just the prehabs. So I'm going to add some stuff to it and stuff like that. And then the good thing about making a map like this or something like that, you could do like, it's not that hard to change this map right here to like a hide and seek or something like that. It's really not that hard to turn this map into something like that. But as it is right now, let me just break some of this. Now, I did already have a team deathmatch, but if you looked at it, you probably didn't think it was a team deathmatch, because I put barely any effort into the team deathmatch whatsoever. So, like I said, if you looked at it, you probably wouldn't think that it's a team deathmatch. So that's why I'm creating this. I'm trying to make a better one. So now another key is you want to try and make both of the bases as close as you can to making them the same. So the only difference that you would want to have, so this is just me, so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and do like a red team and a blue team. So what you want to do is you want to go into like galleries, and then you want to look for something. It's not up there, so you want to keep scrolling down. You want to keep scrolling till you find the obstacle course galleries. So we're going to do a red and a blue team, alright? So, gotta throw that out, and then it's up to you. Personally, for me, I'm just going to make it like a simple blue all around. So, just making a nice simple blue all the way around this as for blue team. And then it's up to you if you want to add the blue ceiling to it, just to make it seem like a blue team even more. But honestly, if let's say I go into it right here, and I have to flip these. My bad. So, you want to have it like this, where you have like a blue team. You do you. So, you got this right here. Looks like a pretty sick blue base, but you still got to add the blue floor to it. So, if it's blue team, you obviously have to add the blue floor. And then, I wouldn't say try and add a colored ceiling or something like that, because there's a difference between ceilings and stuff like that, because they show up a bit differently. So, that's the only reason I say don't do that. So, let me just delete this. Once again, don't want to waste any more space than you have to. So, just get rid of some of this, and then what you want to do is you want to throw out the red side, because you want to have both of the teams the same except just different colors. So, there's the red team, and then I have to get the red walls. So here's the red wall right here. So if you look from the outside, it just looks like a kind of not that great looking of a base. But if you do this to the inside of it, it looks pretty sick. Like, not gonna lie, it looks pretty nice. Like, Fortnite did a good job coming up with like prehabs and stuff like that. They did a good job of that. Gotta give them props for that. And then, so we have this. Then we gotta obviously bring in that red floor. Except it's not letting me. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to delete that and put that right there. Put that right there. You're gonna have to fix it up a little bit. Not that big of a deal. Alright, so then we have this, which that right there is both the sides done, like base-wise. So then what you want to do is you want to put that, then you want to do, yes, then we'll say red team is team 1. So you have to turn all of these to team 1. It's up to you if you want them to be visible or not during the game. Personally, I usually have it as like not visible, just because I think it looks cleaner. So then if you want that, you just go down to that, turn it off, and then do it with all of them. I realize this is not the most thrilling thing to do, but it will make your map better so you do this. And first off, if you're trying to do like a team deathmatch or something like that, you have to put those or nobody's going to take it seriously. So, and like I said, gotta delete this because we have now finished creating both of the bases. So it's really not that long or time consuming. So you have this nice little area in here that you can fight in. So then you want to come in here. You want to do the exact same thing that you did to the other side. So, like I said, not super duper thrilling. And then you want to change this side to team 2, alright? So, change all of this, all of these spawners as team 2. And then I will show you how you can do this and stuff like that. So, personally, if you want this to be fair and stuff like that, where you don't have people getting basically to pick which team you're on, I mean, you can do that if you want. You would just change it to custom. But if you want it to be fair like this, where it's totally random, you can't just get put with your friends and stuff like that. What you want to do is you want to go into my island. I'll let you know. So this right here lets you know if it's going to be free for all. I mean, voice chat, if everyone can hear or just the team. Then right here in the teams, you can make it free for all, which is everybody against everybody, cooperative, or you can make it to 2 teams, and then like the custom, you can change which team you want, stuff like that. So whatever team you're on before it starts is what team you're going to be on whenever the game starts. So personally, just because I want it to be as fair as possible, not one team more stacked than the other, you just simply put it to 2 teams, and that will make it to where, oh, my bad, sorry, I'm having trouble thinking, to where, like, neither of the teams are too overpowered or anything like that. Then we have the total rounds, stuff like that. So what we probably want to do is 3 rounds, and then, um, how many rounds to play before rotating the game's team. So you could have it as every round, every other round, or disabled. I'm probably going to have it as every round just so that they can get a bit of a taste of both sides. But then again, I could just have it disabled so that it's each team gets to do it. And then we have this eliminations to end is however many kills you want to have. I'm going to turn it up to, we're going to say 30 elims to end. And then you probably don't need any of this other stuff on, except for the spawn location. I'd say do spawn pads. Well, you obviously want to do spawn pads unless you don't have any. Then there's sky and current location. So what you want to do is you want to have both of these as spawn pads and island start, unless you don't have spawn pads. You just want them to fly in. Then we have join in progress. That's like if somebody joins and you don't want them to be in it or anything like that, then you would put it, if you want the teams to stay how they are and stuff like that, and you don't want any people joining and being on a certain team, you can turn off the join in progress and turn it to spectate, or you can have it as spawn. Then this right here, I realize that we're not talking about the capture the flag map, but I will let you know that you want to have this as 0.0 if you are trying to make a capture the flag map. Then you also want like the certain score. You don't need any of these other things on if you're making a capture the flag map, besides maybe like team rotation or total rounds or stuff like that. So I have it as infinite spawns, all of that. Have it on voice chat so that you can hear anyone. So anyway, so this is good for the game section. So now we have the game settings. It's up to you what time of day you want it. If you want it to be like the most brightest, I'd say put it at 1 or 2, because that's about the brightest times. But then what also looks really cool is if you turn on like light brightness to like 20, then do fog thickness to like 30, it looks really cool once you come out here. Because see, it kind of, if you've ever played like Call of Duty or stuff like that, it gives you kind of like a Nuketown vibe, if you know what I mean. It gives you like a Nuketown feeling. So I think that looks pretty cool. Then, so that right there for me is going to be good. So we have that. So then you probably want to apply it just so that nothing gets lost if like you go out or something. So then it's up to you if you want them to start with like full shields and max shield and stuff like that, which I'm going to. Then you want to turn infinite ammo off, but if you're trying to make just a simple map like this, you want to turn off infinite resources. You want to turn the maximum building resources to 0. Harvest style, this is honestly just like Battle Royale, Creative, Save the World, so that doesn't really matter. Then you want to do Allow Building off. You want to do Building can destroy environment. I mean, you can leave it on because you can't build, but I'd say just because, I'd say turn it to no. Then environment damage, you want to turn that to no so that they can't break your stuff. Pickaxe building damage, you want to keep on, because if you keep this on, that means they can't break any of the environment or stuff like that. But if somebody does somehow glitch out the game and place ramps, you can break the ramps. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is instant. So keep items when eliminated. It's up to you if you want them to keep them or drop them. I'm going to keep them as keep. Allow items to be dropped. Sure, you can have items to be dropped. And then you also have spawn time. It's up to you how long you want it. Spawn immunity time, I turn that all the way down to 20 seconds. 10 seconds actually. Just because you want it to make sure that people can't, they can't necessarily camp. But then one person can't just go out and kill like everybody. Absolutely win the game for their team. So then player names and location, I'd say keep that as like team only. If you want to have like Siphon in your game, which I do, you don't want to make it to where like if you get a kill, you get back to max, because then that would make it too overpowered on one team or the other. So I'm just going to turn it to 100, and then so you want to do that. And then we have the time. There is no timer, so it doesn't really matter. And then so you want to turn all of these. You want to turn all of these to, where is it? It should be like eliminations or something like that. So you can go ahead and turn that to, so I guess that one doesn't have it. It has creature eliminations, score, and objectives. So go ahead and just turn that off. And then you want to turn that to eliminations. And then, so you want to have this one. I believe they can all be the same. Yeah, like eliminations. So you want to turn all of these to eliminations. So let me just get all of this done real quick. And then the map widget, do you want to have it as like the scoreboard, or do you want to have it where you can see the map? I'm going to say, just for this, you could probably do it as scoreboard or map. It's up to you. So if you're doing capture the flag, definitely want to have a default map, because they can see where everything is. But I'm going to go ahead and turn that on to scoreboard. And then we have that all set up. So then we get out of that. Then I'm going to go ahead and name this I'm going to just call it TDM for Team Deathmatch. And then, so then if you're not fully sure if it's working or whatnot, you can go ahead and start it. And then as long as it shows, so round 1 beginning, and then it shows all of the rounds and stuff like that. But the only issue that we have is it's not showing so victory 1 out of 3. So that right there is how the score and everything like that works. But then apparently we must have done something slightly wrong. I blame myself for that. But let's see. So it would be in here. So HUD type, it should be score. So then what you want to do, so win condition, what you could do is like you could change all of these to score. And then what you could do is you could, so apply that, and then you go over here. So I don't know why that was working. Score to end. So you want the score to be the same as what it was before. So we're going to say, we could put it to like 20. And then we also have eliminations to end. So we can go ahead and just take that off. And then, oh wait, I totally just confused myself. Hold up. So we have all of this, and then we have this. That's all good. So I don't fully know why this isn't working, because you want it to be eliminations, except for, hold up. The only issue is for here, you can't have an elimination. So what you could do is, let's go ahead and try like score or something like that. So scoreboard, yes. So let's try that. If we try this, let's see how it shows up as. For capture the flag, you want to have it up as a certain one. So you can break that. So then it shows 0 out of 0. So yes, that is what we want to do. So that works perfectly. Now what you need to do is you need, if you get like a kill or something like that, you want that to count as like 1 score. So I believe, so hold up. So what you probably have to do is you have to turn this off, and then you want to do elimination score whenever they get an elimination. So I'm just going to make it as 1, and then score to end. Score is going to be, since this is going to be like a team deathmatch, have to be 50. So then if you come over here, what you could do instead is you could change all of these to score. Alright? So we have score there, and then, sorry, I realized this isn't interesting, and this is me just trying to figure out how to do a team deathmatch. I haven't looked up any of this before, so I don't know how to do it. So if we put it as all score, that should work, because if you get an elimination, it should count towards your score. So yeah, so we have 0 out of 50 first round. So for each round, it's 50 kills, so I'm definitely going to change that. So we have this map so far. It looks pretty nice, so we're just going to make it a little bit better. But personally, for one round, 50 kills is probably too much. So I'm still trying to figure this out with you guys. So 50 elims is probably going to be too much. So what you want to do is you want to change this score. We're going to say to like 20. That should be good. And then, so we have the time of day. We have Nuketown. What we could do is we could turn the fog thickness down a little bit, then make it like a greenish, because then it will look even more like a Nuketown or something like that. Like, see, if you look at this, it looks a bit like Nuketown. This right here is like Nuketown and stuff like that. So all of the settings that I've showed you so far will work. If something goes wrong, you guys can go ahead and add me. What you want to do, you want to have permissions on private first off, just so that nobody can ruin your work. Then I'm not going to back it up quite yet, but I have to go, so all I'm going to do is just create a few extra trees and stuff like that, and then I am going to finish my map. Sadly, I can't publish because I do not have 1,000+ subscribers. So if you guys want me to be able to publish some of my maps that I create, be sure to subscribe, stuff like that, all of that good stuff. So we have the trees here. Just going to put some trees in the extra areas, and we are done with the map. So I guess I will see you guys later. Bye.